Welcome to Destiny Digits. This is going to be the Soul Urge number 5 reading. So in numerology, you have 4 numbers that make up your core numerology chart. Your life path, your expression, your soul urge, and your birthday number. Now, just like in astrology, how you may track your sun, moon, rising, Venus, north node, it's very similar when you track the 4 numbers in numerology. So this soul urge number, if you are a 5, you find this number out by calculating all the vowels in your full birth name. And if you don't know this number and you're not sure how to do that, you can use the link in the description box. So if you are watching this video, it's because you've already discovered that your soul urge number is 5. Now, 5 is about change and freedom. Sometimes it can be about restlessness, having energy and wanting to see things shift in life, but not really having an outlet to dump that energy into. And so 5s are, and we're talking about what motivates you. That's what the soul urge means. This is an energy that motivates you. So you are motivated by change, by freedom, by your curiosity. You like adventure, right? You're a visionary. And so that is what motivates you or propels you in this life. Now, those are some of the higher vibrations of a number 5. But when you are operating in situations or with other people and you have the following characteristics, this just tells you that you are not working out of your higher self. Some of those energies would be irresponsible, disorganized, unstable, addictive, impatient, rebellious. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind when you are thinking about making change come into your life, adding more freedom, into your day-to-day existence. Just make sure you do an energy check-in to see how you're vibrating and if you're making those choices from that change-oriented place as opposed to that restless energy type space. Okay, so for your motivation reading, Soul Urge 5, I typically pull 3 oracle cards and then I take note of what's on the bottom of the deck. A 4th card did come out, so I just put it to the side, but I make sure I reference it. So at the bottom of the oracle deck, we have fulfillment. And so I feel like this is saying to you that whatever would fulfill you, whatever would give you that feeling of being content is available to you, right? And so if you want to experience fulfillment in your life, these are the 3 things that we need you to take note of, right? So if it's fulfillment in love, you have to be love, right? So we have love. Spirit is saying, we have low vibrations of 4, closed-minded and neurotic. Spirit is saying that if you want to be fulfilled, if you want to have a loving relationship, or if you want love to just be fluid in you, outside of you, and all around your life, you have to open your mind. You have to change your mind about what love has been and really begin to allow other thoughts and affirmations and truths to reveal themselves to you about what healthy love is, even if that's something that you haven't experienced much of or any at all. And we have wisdom under love. And so wisdom is what we gain. Wisdom is what we gain when we go through life, right? I mean, we have a choice about whether or not we want to gain it. But it's really through experiences, obstacles, highs, lows, that we learn something, not only about us, but just about life and the human condition. And so I think Spirit is saying that if you want love, open your mind. You are a source of wisdom, you are collecting wisdom, and you have wisdom. Now, next to that, we have low vibes of 3, show off and moody. Sometimes we don't realize how wise we were how wise we are until we're surrounded by people who just don't understand things at the depth that we do. And that can become frustrating. So, I think Spirit is saying, allow your wisdom not to burden you. Allow it not to be something that you take for granted. Sometimes people may peg you as a show off because of how easily things come to you and how much you know. And on the other end of that, I think Spirit is saying, don't allow the shortcomings of others to rob you of the joy that having wisdom and being able to use it to connect life experiences and make sense of things. Don't let people change your mood. Don't let people shift you when you're in social experiences that don't really reflect what you know and what you're capable of sharing. And lastly, we have focus, right? And so, Spirit says that you are an achiever and you are very resourceful, right? So it's by tapping into what you already bring to a situation, right? Focusing on all the areas that you have mastered in your life, right? Focus on that, on all your wins. Allow your wisdom to continue to grow, but not to separate you from others, right? It's a gift. People need it. And so make sure you're open emotionally and mentally to sharing yourself with others. And then we have love. Spirit says that love is available. It's here, but you have to change your mind in order to see it. You actually have to open your mind. You have to change some of your beliefs and your thought patterns and your habits. And if you are able to make these adjustments by focusing on your good, maintaining and expressing and collecting wisdom, and then loving yourself through an open mind, Spirit says these three things will bring you the fulfillment that you seek. At the bottom of the deck, we have impractical, vindictive, misunderstood. And so whatever it is, if you are a 5, you're motivated by adventures and change and freedom. You like to see things in your life look different and feel different. I think it represents a fulfilled life when you get to see growth and change and your ability to adapt. Sometimes that's an energy that people may not understand. It could be something that just you experience and not many others are able to sit and really absorb or like corroborate what you're feeling when you want to make these changes. Sometimes it can seem a little careless to others. But I feel like Spirit is saying, we haven't pulled tarot yet, but Spirit is just saying that fulfillment is yours. Make sure that you're practical. Make sure that as you acquire wisdom, you also release the things that have burdened you or pained you or hurt you. Only collect the lessons. Leave all that other stuff behind. And if the lessons that you learned most were in love, break down those molds and restructure what you know to be true about love. And finally, whatever it is that you desire, it takes focus. So start with the skills and the assets and the intangibles that you already have. And that will help you continue to be the achiever that you are in life. Okay, now we did pull extra cards. I said I would take note of them. We have solitude and creative and expressive. So in this situation, I would just understand that as saying that sometimes in order to put yourself back together, in order to kind of refill your tank from one experience to the next, from one place to the next, in order to recharge, I think solitude is what Spirit is asking you to be mindful of. You have a lot of energy, but make sure that we're using it, we're not squandering it. And anything we take part in is really a reflection of something that feeds us back in some way. But nonetheless, Spirit is saying that there will be things that will come to you in your times of solitude, right? We have the words creative and expressive. And so I feel like whatever you gain in solitude, those are gifts that you can later use to assist others, right? So You're looking for fulfillment. There are 3 specific things that you have to be conscious of. And now we're going to pull tarot and see if we can get a deeper story. All right. So we have Eight of Wands, Seven of Swords. So the Eight of Wands talks about something that's happening quickly. You talk about momentum, something that's fast-paced, something coming in. This could be an energy. This could be a conversation. This could be someone traveling. And after this communication, we have the Seven of Swords, which means someone that is sneaking away, someone that could be lying, stealing, being deceitful, not giving all the information, not telling the total truth. And so far, this is in line with our Love Oracle card. Let's get one more to complete this row. There we go. Okay. Okay. So something, was made known about an event, a person, a place, or thing, that did not have your best interest in heart. So you had this could have happened in a past love experience or something that you are going through now. But nonetheless, you were kind of hit. When I look at these wands, if that's information and if that's energy and if that's force in motion, imagine being hit with something at that force, at that rate. That is not anything positive. It's something negative. It's something about a situation where you were wronged, abused, misused, that ended in heartbreak, this Three of Swords. And something else, heartbreak, although it's only a picture of a heart on the card, when your heart is broken, when you are trying to heal wounds that you've endured through relationships with others in any setting, family, work, romance, it doesn't matter. They're all relationships that you have to have with others. But nonetheless, when you go through heartbreak, when you are trying to put yourself back together after severe loss, it really is a full body experience. Not having the energy to get out of bed, not being able to think, not wanting to eat, not wanting to talk. Yeah. And so I feel like in your, when it comes to love, what has closed you off, what has closed your mind, is that too often you have had experiences where people deceived you. They took you for granted. They presented one way in front of you, but then, behind your back, they really had a whole nother agenda, a totally different motive. And so that can kind of structure the way you think and feel about love, right? Everybody can want it, but there is something but we have to be it if we're going to attract it. And it's hard to be what you've never received, right? Or it's hard to be something that you always thought you were involved in, only to later find out that it was like, pain. And so I feel like Spirit is saying, although love has been painful, although you've had experiences with people who were deceitful, there is some type of wisdom that you collected in these experiences, right? And so the only way we can open our mind, our heart, our body, our soul to experience the love that we know we desire and that we cherish is if we change our mind. And so when we're thinking about the past relationships that have failed for us, what we should spend the most time thinking about is what we gained who are we now as a result of that relationship that we would not have been? What do I know now that I would have never have known unless I endured that experience, right? That's how you collect your wisdom. That's how you grow. And that's how you become a vessel for others. Um, so keep that in mind, especially when you have endured pain, loss, and betrayal, right? So Spirit is saying, you know, it is through past challenges in love that you've acquired a wisdom. And this wisdom that you have gifts you with the ability uh, to stand out, right? To be a part of something. But even though you're a part of something, you are still your own entity. You are still just your own creative expression, right? And so Spirit is saying that, you know, people want to work with you. They want to collaborate with you. They want to recognize what makes you you. And if this is something dealing with your creativity, your joy, your expression, just who you are socially, like I just think that you have an energy that's magnetic and people want to be around you. They want to collaborate with you. Now, after we get this Three of Pentacles, we have the Six of Wands, and six is about, you know, responsibility. It's love also. And so I feel like someone has experienced a victory in something that they loved, right? You know, and so I feel like in certain situations when love was our focus, but it didn't come, it came in the form of pain. I feel like sometimes Spirit will allow what wounded us in one situation to empower us elsewhere. And so I feel like, you know, you have gained wisdom. You are an asset. You are a resource. People recognize that just by being around you, they get to brush shoulders with some of that energy that you have to create, to explore. There's just a fearlessness about you, right? And so people wanting to work with you, people wanting to collaborate with you, brings in, you know, it gives you an opportunity to begin a new pursuit that you do love, right? And so if we tried love in a relationship and that failed because somebody deceived us, what won't deceive us is our passion, is what we're committed to, right? We can always count on us to be honest with us. And so it seems like personally something went down, but, you know, professionally, publicly, or socially, you have an opportunity to pursue something you love by being recognized by others. You know a lot, you can do a lot, you've experienced a lot, and people recognize that and they care about what you think and what you say. And while you're going through this current change or phase, work on your heart, right? Restructure what you know to be true about love. Even though you're occupied somewhere else, still continue to heal those aspects, because when love comes, you need to be ready, right? So now that we're pursuing something that we love, now that we're getting recognition, now that we're a part of, you know, a community where we feel like we can act as an asset, Spirit is saying, all right, now this is where we require you to focus, right? And what are you focusing on? Well, you're focusing on, we have the Four of Swords here. And I feel like this is where you get to decide, how am I going to start again, right? So the Three Swords that happened up here, that was the heartbreak. It never left you, even if you shifted your focus and paid attention and pursued other things. That is still a part of you and a part of your experience. Now you have an opportunity to reflect, to meditate, to ponder, to lay to rest the parts of your life experience that have wounded you the most, right? You can lay them to rest and allow them to prepare you for what comes next, right? And so I feel like it is through focus that you will be able to release the things that are no longer helping you create the version of you that you most desire to be, right? So once you shift your focus, you can shift your behavior, right? So we'll lay down the dark experiences, the painful experiences. We'll gain clarity about who we are, possibly about why certain things needed to happen, right? And then we have this energy, this King of Wands. This is somebody who has mastered their passion, their desire. And remember, we talked about up here, sometimes we can take the momentum of one failed experience and use that same force and energy to push us forward in different aspects of who we are. And so I feel like, growing into this King of Wands, somebody who in the past was disrespected, walked over, misused, lied to, growing into just a beautiful energy where somebody has a passion, they go after it, they can create. They're very attractive, they're alluring. Just having this type of magnetism, and not allowing the rejection, the pain, and the sadness from the past to stop you, to stop the fire within you. And so I feel like what you've learned as a result of those experiences is how to stand for what you believe in, right? What do you believe about love? What do you desire? What do you love about it, right? And those are the things that you believe, you fight for, and that you display in your own life. And then that's what brings you in, right? So it is safe to love again. It is safe to pursue the passions that you desire. It is safe to find people who are on your team, on your side, and they're not looking to one up you or stab you in the back or take something from you. You're finally going to be a part of something where people honor and respect who you are, what you have to say, and what you know. And so you are going to experience fulfillment, but it will be a layered experience, right? Choose to focus on the better version of yourself that is blooming, and lay to rest the things that don't need your attention. They don't need your focus. Focus on what needs you, right? Focus on what continues to build you and strengthen you. The wisdom that you have acquired is a commodity. People see it, people want it, people need it, people require it. And so trust yourself and package it in a way where you get to offer to people what you've learned by living and loving this life of yours. And Spirit is saying you will have the type of love that fulfills you. And so as you pursue the way you love yourself, and as you live a life of love and do what you love, you can retrain your heart, your mind, your body, and soul to draw in what you truly know love to be. All right. So although we have many different things that you can take part in and actively do, I think that is right in line with being a 5. Change, freedom, adventure, right? And in these experiences, it seems like you are changing different aspects of yourself simultaneously, right? But you're strengthening all these parts so that you have a stronger unit, a stronger you. All right. And that was the reading for Soul Urge number 5. Take care. Thank you for stopping by.